Inflation causes 4th of July cookout items to hit a record high. Average per person spending on 4th of July food items rose to $93.34 in 2023 amid persistent inflation, new data from a National Retail Federation survey found. The US has a target of 2% annual inflation, and you can see from this chart between 2013 and 2020 we were around that number, and then in 2021 it spiked to 7%, 3.5 times that 2% target. It stayed inflated in 2022 at 6.5%, and here we are now, 2023, it is still twice the annual target at 4%. Inflation is one of the more insidious things that governments inflict on their people because it starts off subtly and you hardly notice, but over time you see the real world consequences. I'll give you an example. Meet Janet. She's working really hard in the year 2000. She worked so hard, in fact, that she managed to save $10,000 and put it in a bank again in the year 2000. Fast forward to the year 2023, Janet has fallen on some tough times and needs to access that $10,000 which she responsibly put away back in 2000 and has not touched since. So she goes down to the bank, and what is that money worth now? $5,505, almost half of what she put away in the year 2000, and keep in mind, she did nothing wrong. She was just a victim of inflation. Back to our Daily Wire article, the figure, $93.34 per person, is the highest ever recorded by the NRF since the survey began in 2023, marking a $9.22 increase since the last year when the individual cost averaged out to $84.12. Keep in mind, the 4th of July numbers focus around food items. Other industries got hit even harder. In 2022, for example, the inflation rate among used cars was 11%. You may recall the Biden White House actually lied about the 4th of July inflation number back in 2021. They said it was down 16 cents compared to 2020, but in reality, the NRF found that the price actually increased by more than $4 from 2020 to 2021. Even if the White House numbers were accurate, imagine bragging about this in light of decades of inflation and robbing from your citizenry. Some more examples include beer at 8%, soda at 14%, cookies at 14%, and bread at 22%. Keep in mind, a lot of people on various forms of fixed incomes cannot afford these price increases, but even if you have income from a job, it's unlikely that your boss came to you and said, look, inflation is up 7% this year, so you're going to get a 7% raise. In fact, Time reported, in total, wages and benefits increased 4% in 2021, the biggest increase in over 20 years, which sounds great until you remember the chart we looked at earlier, which showed inflation at 7% in 2021. I wanted to get this video out in time for July 4th because there's nothing more American than pushing back on government misdeeds. If you enjoyed it, please support the channel by hitting that like button and subscribe to catch more interesting stories like this one. My name's Ryan, this is NewsRye. I'll see you in the next one.